self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I have had a few drinks. So let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Also known as Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful, fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you'd like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way. And we have 2 letters this week.
The first letter is from Colin.
Colin.
It's titled episode 225. Don't cut his meat off. Meet Wade.
All right. Okay.
What's good, y'all? First, take a look at this blog post from Microsoft. I've primarily been a PlayStation guy when it comes to consoles, and still will, but will be waiting super long to get the new Xbox to go side by side like I did with this console generation. And the article is basically about what to expect from the future of generation and what's going on with Xbox. So I'm just going to run down some of the stuff going on with Xbox. It's going to have 12 teraflops. And I really can't break down what that is, but
it sounds bad.
It sounds good.
Teraflop.
Well, just because you hear the word flop, but I feel like they've advanced to having to use new words for how much speed something is capable of.
Yeah.
And so teraflop is just,
But
I'm pretty sure it's a scientific way they came up with it.
Okay.
Variable rate shading, hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing, quick resume for multiple games, and smart delivery. Man, if you've ever played PC games, you know what some of this stuff means. Like shading makes a big difference. If you turn shading off on a game, shit look horrible. If you turn it all the way up on a game, if you've ever played on a PC that was capable of like max graphics, looks amazing. So like changing the graphics. So it's got a new custom processor. That's what 12 teraflops means. Immersion in an instant. A SSD, a solid state drive, is going to be like the biggest deal. You know, because a solid state drive means that it has no moving parts. Like all the hard drives that we use now, they move, they spin. And that they, you know, when you need data, it stops at a certain point and then it gets that data. And then when you need more data, it spins around again. A solid state drive is like a USB drive or a SD card. Those things are solid state. They don't have any moving parts. They access the data instantly. So having a solid state drive where it don't have to spin, one, it accesses that data faster. 2, you limit how many drive failures you have because it's not moving. It's still, which is a really good thing. If you have a PC or you're building a PC, opt for a solid state drive. Spend that extra $50, and you can get a pretty big one for cheap these days. So it ain't even that big of a investment. But this article was just generally about, you know, all of the good things coming to Xbox. And Colin at the beginning is talking about he was a PlayStation guy, but now he's ready for his PlayStation and Xbox to be siblings right next to each other, arguing about which one of them has the best, you know, qualities for parents. But, you know, parents is going to love one more than the other one, even though they say they don't love one more than the other one.
Yes.
Second, man, I don't know Boosie. I didn't know Boosie said all that. But I'm going to have to cancel him and don't have any qualms about it either. Ain't like I ever liked his music that much. Independent had a fire beat, but that's about it.
Wasn't that Webby?
What?
Wasn't Independent Webby?
I don't know.
I think Independent was Lil Webby. INDPENDT. Something. Do you know what that means? You got to own something.
You are wrong.
It's Boosie?
Yes, it's Lil Boosie and Lil Fat.
Fuck.
You are wrong. Colin is right.
I mean, fine.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. The top one says just Lil Boosie and Fat. No, it say featuring Lil Boosie. Yeah, it is Lil Webby.
It's Lil Webby. Okay. I thought it was Lil Webby's song. But Boosie was on it.
Yeah, it don't change that Boosie's a part of it.
Yeah, but it was Webby's song.
Yeah, the first one don't have Webby name, but then it got Webby
name.
The
only reason why some people know how to spell independent. INDEPEN.
Wait a minute. How do you spell independent?
I just spelled it. INDEPENDENT.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Is that how the song go?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what that means
yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yes.
I can't listen to.
She got her own something. She got her own car. She got her own crib. She got her own something.
I can't listen to Boosie and Webby them.
I only know this from my college days when that was a party song. I don't sit at home and listen to Independent.
Now, I will say that I liked Webby's first album at that point in time.
I know
but their
nothing.
voices are so high pitched.
If it wasn't played in the club, I don't know it. I was
All
not
of them
listening
dudes,
to them.
Webby, Fox, Boosie, like that. That's what I hear when I hear them rap. You know, it's like one of those old cartoon gangsters. Way out of there. Like that's how they sound to me.
It is how they sound. No, it is.
And so it threw me off all the way.
If it wasn't a club song, I don't know it. Or a party song. Let me ask, because I didn't go to a lot of clubs. Went to parties though. If it wasn't a party song like Independent, I don't know it. I have no idea.
Second. Nope, that's I already read second.
That
Coronavirus! Exclamation point. Man, that COVID-19 is having some far-reaching implications. GDC, Game Developers Conference, is seeing publishers and developers drop out because of safety and health concerns, and we've got Trumpito up there announcing that Mike Thoughts and Prayers Pence is going to head up the efforts. Wash your hands, listeners.
Lord, wash your hands.
You know, a lot of people are saying, don't get wound up over this coronavirus, and they posting pictures of the Lysol can which says protects you from human coronavirus. Well, this coronavirus has jumped species, people. Like, this is not the coronavirus that we know of from the 60s. This is different. It's a different strand of the same virus.
Let natural selection take its course. For those people who think like that, they're gonna be the ones who get it and die.
No, man, we need people
let
need to be
natural
informed.
selection.
People need to be
let
informed.
natural selection do it. If they want to be informed, they can get themselves informed.
People need to be informed.
They
It's
do.
different.
Which is why you attempt to, and you go out and you seek the information.
I'm saying,
if you don't, then you just natural selection.
I'm saying, when your mama listen to somebody at work and be like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that," and now she ain't washing her hands like she's supposed to, she in a damn hospital bed, you gonna be sitting here like, "God damn."
She should have been
My
better
own
informed.
mama.
She should have been better informed.
It be
But
your
that's
own
you
mama.
seeking out the information. I think that we need to let natural selection just start taking motherfuckers on.
I'm flexing what I know about the situation. This shit done jump species. They say apparently because people in China was trying to eat bats and shit. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know where the shit came from. Then they try to trace it back to a fish market in China. Either way, shit happens in China. Motherfuckers got sick, and now this shit is spreading. And the reason that it's as big a deal as it is, because a lot of people are like saying, well, we have the flu and 80,000 people die from the flu. It's no big deal. We fucking have treatment for the flu and 80,000 people die.
We don't have treatment for coronavirus.
We don't have
They're
treatment for
developing
coronavirus.
it.
Yeah, so imagine how many people would die from a virus where there is no treatment for it if 80,000 people die from the flu when we have a fucking vaccine for the flu. That's like ridiculous. So I ain't saying be all up in arms about it. Just do what the fucking CDC say.
Wash your hands. Don't be letting people cough on you, and don't you be fucking coughing on other people.
And if you ain't sick, don't buy no fucking mask.
No,
okay?
listen.
Mask don't help you.
The mask does not help. They have come out and said all these people flying on these planes with these goddamn masks, and you can barely breathe.
No. The masks helps if you have symptoms. It helps to keep you from spreading anything you have if you have something.
Oh no, but most of the people wearing them are wearing them because they think that it's gonna keep them from getting it, and that's what I'm saying. That it don't work like that. You just gonna have trouble breathing on the plane,
and you gonna smell your old stinking ass breath the whole trip,
and you still might get sick. So it's not worth it.
Last, and shifting back to the first topic of video games, a few game recommendations, because I'm still wishing I had a video game podcast, and I don't, shaking my head. PC/mobile, Norman's Night In. I met these developers at PAX West in September 2019, and the game was great, made by great people. Give them a look. Plays best on mobile. I looked for it on mobile, and I couldn't find it. So I got to figure out what's going on with that on mobile. Consoles, Mega Man Zero/ZX Legacy Collection, available on all major platforms, a challenging action platform series that was a lot of fun on Nintendo handhelds. Great price for a lot of entertainment and replay value. Hope all else is well. Looking forward to this week's episode. Meet positivity forever, Colin.
All right. Okay.
Look, Mega Man X and I don't know if this is this is probably different than Mega Man X, but I do think they have a Mega Man X collection and X2 collection. But Mega Man X, I can beat that game in about 30 minutes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And Mega Man games are hard, but like I've beat that game on Super Nintendo. I beat that game on PC, download it. I beat it on a cell phone that I've had, which was no easy feat. But I just really, really liked that game growing up, and I just played it over and over and over again. Like I can beat the enemy just like that. I know, like in Mega Man, it'd be some areas in the game where if you just sit there and farm lives, you could just like keep shooting the enemies and lives come out. And that's probably why they like limit how many lives you can have in Mega Man to 9 anyway, because they know you can just farm lives. It ain't like Super Mario. I know the first Mario. On the first level, it was a duck shell that if you jump on the steps on it right,
oh yeah,
the lives just keep going up, and you'll have like triangle 2 pyramid lives. Like you can't amount of lives you can't even use realistically unless you just die, a million times back to back. But
I'm still playing Dark Side of Genesis, and listen, I'm a whole fucking adult. So the reason why it's taking me so long is because I play like a stage when I get off work. And I get off work at night, so like by the time I play a stage, I have sleep issues. So by the time I get one good stage in, my sleeping pills have kicked in and I'm out for the night. It's over. So I'm having to play it. I just don't have the time. Like I guess I could full speed play on the weekend and just beat it, but I went to a 1-year-old's birthday party today, which is why I had a couple of drinks, because apparently that's what the adults do at kids' parties. I was wondering what the fuck I was supposed to do at a 1-year-old's birthday party, but I got my answer. Drink. So yeah, I mean, I do stuff on the weekend, so I don't have time to like I guess if I wanted to just sit down in my pajamas and play games all day, I could on the weekend, but I try to be social a little bit. Tiny. So still playing it. I'm on 10 of 17 though now, so should be done soon. I still like it. Still enjoying playing it.
All right, appreciate that letter, Colin. We got another letter from Shogun Government Name Podcast. Y'all check that out. Them boys be on that social commentary. Him and Cole Jackson. Shogun/government name. Title of this is Another Viewpoint. Why do we care? I understand you guys' concerns about the gay agenda. No, I do not believe that there's an agenda by gay people to push this amongst our culture, but red voice. But
I don't even do it anymore. Y'all made me feel. I didn't realize I was doing it. Now stop.
Well, yeah, it's gone now. But when it show up, I will let you know. If it show up subconsciously. There's a lot that can be said about the Norman Lear Foundation. They do promote different ideas like climate change and openness. Promoting positive ideas for a better tomorrow is not a bad idea, but I feel like it's a little disingenuous when you don't disclose that to the mass audience. Media outlets get paid by companies to insert messages. That's not a conspiracy, that's a fact. That's a business in the United States. You'll hear the most extreme rhetoric from the right because most of these ideas come from California, Hollywood. But I don't think it's an issue to question the things people are telling us.
Can we do it paragraph by paragraph? Because it'll be...
Yeah.
Let's just do it paragraph by paragraph because it's a long... I don't think the issue is that people are... The gay agenda, I think the issue for me is that it's black people think it's an agenda specifically against them. Yes, companies pay for product placement, and yes, people pay for specific messages to get out there. But the issue with this particular thing for me is that it's an agenda to like wipe out the black race. That's where the issue is. It's not that I don't know that these things actually do happen. It's just how realistic is it that this is what's going on, that this is the thing that's going to end all of the black people. Crack didn't do it, putting us in ghetto, slavery, just make them all gay.
And I think, that is a different thing than propaganda. I think the business that you reference when you talk about the Norman Lear Foundation is more propaganda. I mean, propaganda is, yes, about somebody has an agenda and they give messaging that is supposed to curve the public towards this agenda. But when we're talking about the gay agenda, we're talking about like people who believe that depopulation is a goal of the white man amongst the black community. Like they want us to not be able to populate. And I just don't get it because white men make a lot of money off of black existence. So I don't know why depopulating black people would make sense.
NBA would be fucked if we all disappeared.
There's a lot of shit that'll be fucked if we all disappear. I mean, there's a lot of things that poor classes provide for a capitalistic society that if poor people didn't exist or poor people decided to stop doing that, there's a lot of shit that wouldn't get done.
Yes.
I mean, trash men get paid pretty well, but if you talk about all the minimum wage jobs and low end jobs, you talking about grocery shopping and all of the retail work, like all of the things that poor people do to get by. If all that shit went away, it'll be a problem. So we're talking about with the gay agenda, just the idea that they're supposed to be trying to get rid of us somehow. And you can look up depopulation and you'll find that there's a whole rhetoric around that. And it ain't like, okay, we have a society that will say we need to interject gay people in society, but that's because they exist. And the conversation is about representation. And so if gay people exist, if all of us got a gay friend, or if all of us know a gay person,
got a gay family member,
or if a gay family member, why can't we see on TV a gay person that is represented the same way that they are in our lives? And I mean, probably everybody got a gay friend or a gay person that they know or have worked with, outside of a deeply conservative Christian family where people around them are too afraid to say that they gay and too afraid to mention that they gay, But I mean, to this paragraph, absolutely, fucking propaganda is real as shit.
Yeah.
You can see that now with Bernie Sanders. The media do not give a fuck about Bernie Sanders, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they do not want Bernie Sanders to win. MSNBC, CNN, fucking Politico, Vice, Washington Post, nobody wants Bernie Sanders to win. And I don't know what he did to piss everybody off, but yeah, this shit real.
Yeah.
That shit real.
But this isn't that though.
Yeah, it's more of a personal attack directly when it comes to LGBT community when black folks is saying the gay agenda. So that's kind of what we was defending in that situation. The next one is, I hate to be the guy who always brings up the other side of conversations, but I think you're missing something very important about this D Wade situation. I don't see it as a gay agenda. I think it's a transitioning issue. When is a child old enough to choose for him or herself? D Wade is the father. Gabrielle Union is not the biological mother, but she has input on how the child should be raised, as any guardian should. Have you heard about D Wade's ex-wife feels about how they're raising her son? Transitioning is not something that is detrimental to the child's health. That is a feeling. That is an identity. This is an identity issue. Why do we care what goes on in Wade's household? At 12 years old, I wanted to be a martial arts instructor and a rap superstar. Those dreams quickly faded once I gained more perspective on how life really works. Though I do believe people live in bubbles, the California culture is a very different standard of living. It's a culture shock, just like coming to the South is to most. I'm not sure it's okay for us to weigh in on how other people raise their children, but I think it's fair to point out concerns. Boosie's concerns are that this is a child, and at 12, you don't understand the effects of a decision made today and the effects it could have later on in life.
I think I was just leading in. He is not transitioning. Okay, nobody said he ain't got no surgery plan. That was a large part of the issue with what Boosie was saying, is that nobody's had that conversation. He's transgender. There are transgender people that decide to keep their parts.
Most of them
decide to keep their parts. So
it's a very small group of people that actually.
It's not a conversation about transitioning.
Have transition surgery.
It's not a conversation about transitioning because that's not what the conversation has been until Boosie said that. D Wade and them have said nothing about any surgeries or any hormone replacement. None of that shit. None of that shit has been discussed. That was Boosie bringing that up. Also, I don't think that you can equate sexual identity with wanting to be a martial artist or a rapper. And this is why I say that. Because if it was the same, the first time you were introduced to somebody gay, or the first time that you recognized the gay as a concept, it would have made you quit. Like, this is the thing I don't understand about why people. You have been pretty much set, and I'm not speaking to you specifically, Shogun, so I'm not like directing this at you. I'm saying people in general. have been so sure of their sexuality. Like a lot of the people that have an issue with transgender and all of these other things, you've been so sure in your sexuality. Why is it so hard for you to believe that somebody else would be as well? Only because it's an alternative lifestyle. Like to say at 12 you don't know what you want to be, sure, you're not gonna know what kind of job you want to get because you don't know the concept of work and all of that shit. But what you are attracted to is basic. That is a basic element of who we are as human beings. And again, you know, a lot of the people that have these arguments had little girlfriends and shit in kindergarten, was kissing girls and shit. So even at that age, you knew something about that you like, regardless of whether or not it was this deep, complex ideology about sexual identity and, you know, you knew that you liked that. You thought that girl was pretty or whatever the case may be. It's the same thing. It only is different when it is an alternative lifestyle. Only. The only time we have a conversation about what's too young, is too young to know if you're a girl or a boy, is when somebody wants to be something else. Any other time, anytime you hear your aunts and uncles like, oh girl, he got a little girlfriend, he got a little boy, she got a little boyfriend. Nobody ever says, well, she's too young to know what she wants. She doesn't know if she wants to date boys yet. She's just 12. Like nobody ever says that when it's the status quo. It is only when it's one of these alternative lifestyles that we have all of these deep conversations where people want to go back and forth and question about the validity or what you know at a certain age. The only way I would be accepting of that is if some of these people, and not even all of them, I've never had anybody say, you know, I thought about being gay. I went through the mirror, like a straight person that's all for like, don't understand transition. I've never heard anybody be like, well, I went through that, but you know, once I got old, you know, I figured out girls is where I'm at. You don't hear that. But you expect it to be that way on the other side of things, that he's just gonna get older and see a girl one day and just be like, titties. Cause that's what Boosie said. He would get to be 16 and get him a girlfriend. He see girls now. What do you mean? He sees girls all the time. He see grown women. He go to basketball games. Don't the basketball team still have cheerleaders and shit? He see grown ass half naked women. Okay? I mean, that's not an argument. I don't understand. It's nobody's talking about transition, I guess is how, and that they have not said anything about that boy transitioning. That was Boosie. What they said is that they are in support of him feeling, or her feeling like that they're a trans girl. They said that they support it. Didn't say we about to go get these doctor's appointments booked, and none of that happened. None of that happened.
I think if you ask the question, when is a child old enough to choose for him or herself? I mean, if it's to choose a career or to choose something that, you know, they could not deal with for the rest of their life, that's a different question than if we're talking about an internal feeling or existence or internal conflict that they're working out right now. People say 12 years old is too young, but they just 1 year away from pretty much being concrete formal operations. You look that up. That's Piaget's stages of psychosocial development. Mm-hmm. And at 13 is when a child is pretty much capable of reasoning, rationing, understanding abstract things, and pretty much understanding everything that a parent is trying to communicate to them.
Capable. Not always. They're not going to always get it because the prefrontal cortex isn't completely.
And that's always an average.
Yeah.
You know, that's always an average. Some kids may get it earlier. Some kids may get it later. It don't change that their brain ain't fully developed yet. So there are still some things that goes on, but they can understand more abstractly. So we only 1 year away from that. You know, we're only 1 year away from them having that understanding. But I guess the bigger question is, how do you handle that right? If a child come to you and tell you that seriously, you know, is your response to say you ain't old enough to make that decision? But it's their life. Like, they know, they understand what they're saying about themselves, they believe to be true. You know, are you gonna say, no, that ain't true because you 12?
Because here's the thing. I work at a psych hospital. And right now, the higher ups where I work are scrambling because this has become a very large issue. There are a lot of kids coming in of varying ages who are dealing with this and who have parents that have not been supportive or haven't known how, or just basically has forbid it. And these kids have tried to hurt themselves. And I'm not talking about like how people feel like, oh, they just trying to get attention. No, try to fucking take themselves out. Don't want to live. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be a disappointment to the parents. Don't want to be an embarrassment to the parents. Like, that shit, when it's that deep, when you don't want to live anymore, to say you're too young, regardless of whether or not you feel that they are too young, if they're being that deeply impacted by it, where they're willing to take their own life to not have to deal with it and to deal with your disdain, distaste, disappointment, then what do you say to that then? Are they still too young? Do you just say, well, you too young to even feel that, so just keep on living and you'll see? Like, it's not how that works. And there are kids dying. Like, there are kids taking their fucking lives. I've had conversations with kids who legit don't want to be here. They don't. And to look into the eyes of a child who then gave up on life at 11, at 13, and you can see that shit, it's sad. And it's like, is that worth it? Is you having your child be what traditionally is acceptable? Is it worth all of this? Would you rather have that child be the traditional child, or would you rather have a funeral? Them your options right now.
No, maybe. I don't want to make it seem like if you don't let your child do what they want, they're gonna die.
Well, no, obviously not. But I'm
happens,
saying,
but we ain't even asking the right questions. I'm gonna go along with your point. No, I mean, we shouldn't care what another grown person doing in their house. But when there's so many people coming out being overtly negative about it and criticizing it and don't understand it, I feel like it's my job as a professional to bring as much objectivity out as I possibly can. And I definitely have this dialogue curved to the support of those who have this, who live this life, who the LGBT community is definitely curved in that direction. But the objective question that I ask is not worrying about D Wade, but when your child come to you and say, I am this thing, and this thing may be I am trans, or I am gay, or I am atheist, or I am whatever that you don't really agree with or understand.
I'm an alpha when you pledge Kappa, Dad. Yeah, like, it could literally be, because for some people, that's, I'll kick you out my family worthy. So
that is.
Yeah.
Do you invalidate them in that moment? The question becomes maybe a little bit, but maybe not all the way. You got to figure out how to navigate that shit. All right. When D Wade say, we've known this since Zaya was 3, a lot of people was like, oh, they done nurtured that kid to be this. Well, what that means is that they've probably seen behaviors that when they have pillow talk, they be like, I don't know, this ain't looking normal.
And we've all seen that. And you've probably had those conversations with your family members. You be at a family reunion and some of the kids are like, oh, who kid is that? That's JoJo kid. Fuck is wrong with? I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Like, we have those so to say that they've been nurturing it, or that you can't tell, or you can't, because we've all had those conversations.
We've seen little kids walking around in Walmart and be like, that little nigga gay. You know, and so it's like when they've had pillow talk at age 5, they had pillow talk at age 8 and 13. So when he came out and said it, it's like more like it's not a surprise because we've been seeing this shit, and he been saying stuff that indicates that he is at least not going to follow the traditional norms that a boy follows in our society, or that a boy is expected to follow in our society. But like I said, at the end of the day, the question becomes, how do you handle it when your child come up to you and ask you them questions? And my answer is, I want to do whatever it takes to preserve my relationship with that child. At 12 years old, if your child comes up and says, Daddy, I think I'm a girl, there is a way to handle that won't invalidate that child, but also represent your concerns. If you come out here like everybody else in society come out, it's gonna be a problem. Because I've had clients where their parents started seeing feminine qualities in them, and they send them on to uncle, and uncle punch them in the chest and take them and throw them in the water and just do shit that make them feel like they making them into a man or something. And that shit don't do nothing but become this deep trauma for a person, because it ain't like there was some shit that could be done to them to change them. And so I'm saying, the question I'm asking, Shogun, Colin, Cole Jackson, Leroy Ketchum, Rockman, 3K3, Mr. On Point, Red, everybody listening, when your child come up to you and say some shit to you that you don't agree with, and it's something serious that could truly impact your relationship with them if you don't handle it right, how do you handle it? And that's all I can leave you with. I feel like D-Wade did what will preserve the most of his relationship with his son as. And if his wife don't agree with that, then she's going to be on the wrong side of history for her son's sake. He going to grow up saying, my mama never supported me. My mama never validated my existence. She never validated the thing that I'm telling everybody I'm going through. She's told me since 12 she don't believe it. And she's telling me that Gabrielle Union is the reason that I'm like this, because she wants me to invalidate my ability to reproduce because she can't reproduce. And she's jealous of D-Wade being able to like that shit. She's contorting the shit out of reality, when at the end of the day, I don't think it's nothing nobody could have done in my childhood to convince me that my dick wasn't supposed to get hard when I saw a naked woman. I'm gonna tell you, because when I see something naked, the blood flow. I don't need no Blue Chew. That shit just boom, like it's ready to punch somebody. Like it's a Mike Tyson punch, boom. So when I saw my first naked lady, I was, oh, what is this? What is this feeling? Blood is. I didn't know it was blood. I didn't learn till I was about 14 that the way a meat got hard was blood. I don't know what I thought before. I just didn't think about it. It just happened. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it is so deeply subconscious that I would imagine that if I woke up and just, if I was a little kid and women never did it to me and men did, and I found out that wasn't good in society, and not only that, but I found out that people would shun me and my family want to be around me of that shit, but I keep that shit to myself so fast, I won't be telling no goddamn body about my sexuality.
Happens. Yes, a lot. Like,
I feel I'm glad that my dick get hard when I see naked women. I'm glad that's the case, and I don't want my kids to be gay or trans, not because I have a problem with either of those communities, but because on top of being black, we don't need shit else.
No, you really don't.
You know, but if they are that, I'm going to support them as I support people out here who are part of that community, because they are another oppressed group.
And is there a difference in the way that, so let's say, because Zaya continues, does everything, is this going to be looked at differently? E.J. Johnson is not trans. E.J. Johnson is just gay and dresses in women's clothing. But I'm sure for his father, who is a basketball player, and he's a big boy, okay, probably was like, oh, got a son, he's gonna follow in my footsteps, gonna be Magic number 2, and he followed in his mama's footsteps instead.
I think EJ a bad example.
Why is EJ a bad example?
Because we don't know how Magic Johnson's coming out and saying I got A's changed that boy trajectory. Like following daddy footsteps ain't good in this situation.
I don't think that. You think that had a bearing on him being how he is now?
Hey, daddy, I cut myself. Give me some of that blood you got. Following in your footsteps. Let me get some of that HIVZ.
That is not the same thing.
Well, what I'm saying is.
What I'm saying is that would that be more acceptable for the people that have an issue with this? Would an EJ Johnson be more acceptable than a Zaya? Is it that Zaya is saying that she wants to become a girl and again, nobody said anything about any surgeries or anything, but is it because of that, or if a kid was just gay like EJ and maybe like wearing, women's clothing, but they weren't trans, is it still going to be a problem? Is it still going to be an issue? Because those are some of the things, those are some of the potential situations as a parent that you could find yourself in. You gonna beat your son if you find him wearing his sister dress? And that happens. There are men that do that.
I don't know. I think to a degree and to somebody, all that shit is a problem to varying degrees. You know, I just the kind of person that I don't, if you can make whatever decision your individual self want to make outside of me. Now, when you're my child, when you're an extension of me, if I believe that what you say you're experiencing, my whole goal is to just maintain a positive relationship with you and for you to feel supported, because there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to feel like you ain't shit, your existence ain't valid, and you got those kind of problems, you know? So, and another point is, it's not like this is happening in droves. Like, none of us knows somebody who is, you know, it ain't like a trans person that's coming out every day amongst groups of people that we know.
No.
You know, out of all the celebrities that exist, we got 2 right now that's talking about their trans kids. We got D Wade and we got Charlize Theron. They both talking about their trans kids, and Charlize Theron is a different situation.
Yeah, it's a whole
she adopted her kids from Africa, and both of them. So I don't know enough about that situation, but like
different situation.
It's like literally out of all these superstars that got kids, one of them has somebody that's identified as trans, and we can't even believe that one out of all of these just might have something that just might be different in a certain way.
Because he's too young to know. He didn't know. You were too young to know whether or not you like girls just because your meat got hard. That you might have still.
No, because I mean, I saw men at that point too. It was a model magazine. It had men in it too. You know them old Jason. It was actually a Playboy. I found my daddy little stash. So, but I had seen like the model magazines with women in their lingerie and men in it. Yeah. Because you know when you was a kid, that was the only porn you really had. It wasn't really porn. It was just modeling bras and stuff. But you know, when you got some imagination, you can work with bare neck and bare stomach.
And I feel like most people have a story like that. Maybe not is that, but you had that moment. And if you, knowing that you at a young age already knew, why is it so hard for you to believe that another kid can know simply because it's an alternative lifestyle? Like I said, we don't ever have these conversations when it's some heterosexual shit going on with smaller kids. Okay, we done had 9, 10, 11-year-olds getting pregnant and shit. Teen pregnancy been a motherfucking issue. Okay, that we has readily accepted. That's fine because it's some heterosexual shit. Like nobody was saying, "Oh, they too young to know they want to have sex with girls and boys."
But this shit is confusing. That shit is confusing.
What's confusing?
All of this stuff is confusing. It's not easy to understand. Outside of being the person that exists, to be able to say, for D-Wade, for Zaya to say, "Daddy, Gabrielle, I don't think I'm gay. I don't like boys as a boy. I like boys as a girl. I think I'm straight trans." So that is it's hard
confusing.
To understand.
It is confusing.
And not, I mean, add by non-binary and binary.
Now that I don't understand.
But it's just about the terms that gender assign.
Yes.
You know, so
I mean, I understand, but
yeah,
I don't.
A person who, what are your pronouns?
Yeah,
he,
that
him,
is a question
she, her, they, them.
That I ask daily at work.
Yeah, this shit's hard.
It is.
It's hard for the motherfuckers trying actively to understand it. I had a consulted with a therapist the other day, and we was trying to work out some of this stuff. Like, so when somebody says my pronouns are they, them, you never say it. You never speak those words in front of that person. You only use those words when you're talking about that person when they ain't there.
Yes.
So for example, if I'm working with a girl and she says, "I don't like she and her, I like they and them. Don't reference me to gender roles that our society has placed on us."
I would just be like, "How are y'all? So how are y'all today?"
Well, you can say, "How are you?" That's normal. You should say, "How are you?" But I'm saying when somebody says my pronouns are they, them, you never reference that person as they, them. If only when I'm talking to you,
yes,
are they referenced as they, them. So your level of respect for that person has to show outside of that person being there.
Yes.
Like, I can continue to say to you, yeah, her and she and that, but if I respect my client, I'm going to say to you, they, them.
Yeah.
That shit is hard.
It's very hard.
You know, and I'm a person that's trying my best to understand and adopt it. When I ask for people's pronouns and stuff, sometimes I slip and say he or she or ma'am or sir. I mess up.
Is always my speech that I give. Listen, I thank you for sharing your pronouns with me, and I'm going to do my very best to call you what it is that you feel that you should be called. However, please know that if I make a mistake, it is not in disrespect. It is not because I don't respect what you want to be called. It's because I've been looking at your name all day as this. And I've been reading your story all day as this. And so right now in this moment, the change may not happen as quickly as it needs to. So if I slip up, it is not to be disrespectful at all. I had those honest conversations because it's like, I don't want you to just be sitting over there stewing in the corner because this bitch called me her. My bad. I've been looking at your name and all of this write up on you all day, and all of it all day has had her, she, hers. So now that I'm having a conversation with you, in my mind, I'm having to remember to change those pronouns. And so I may slip up. And if I do, it is no disrespect. It's because it's a change on the spot because I didn't know. Because shit, you know what? A lot of time we'll have everything. We get all this information sent over about these kids, and then a lot of time don't be no shit about no trans, no bisexual, none of that shit. Kid walk in and you be like, why the fuck? Why was this not in there? Like, why wouldn't you tell me this? This is kind of important in how I'm going to interview this person. So I don't know.
All right, let's continue.
All right.
3, there's a huge movement of people who transition early in life that feel like they lost a part of themselves. They kind of did. I don't know if this kid wanted to remove his or her penis, but I think it's too many people talking and not enough people listening. We shouldn't throw out everybody's input just because it doesn't jive with how you personally feel. People can go about things wrong but have good intentions. I think Boosie's just a poor communicator or trash human, but he has a point even if it doesn't apply to the situation. What I'll say to that is, don't throw out everybody's input just because it doesn't jive with how you personally feel. The only thing I'm going off is what this human being said. Like, Zaya said that's what they are. And you're saying give credence to the people who are saying that she's wrong when she's the one that said it. And that just don't go along with me because, like I said before, I really don't give a fuck what you tell me to call you, Red. If you tell me to call you that shit, I'm going to call you that shit.
That's where Popsicle Unicorn came
Exactly.
from.
I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to challenge it. And that's the only reason I'm coming to the defense of Zaya is because she the fucking person living the life. She's the one that's living the existence that she said she lived. And people are saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Who ain't got shit to do with her. You too young. Like, they have no reference or point of reference to have any valid criticism of that person. They don't know her personally. They don't know anything about the trans community. They hadn't done no research on what it looked like. They literally just coming out and saying what they want to say. And all I'm saying is, look, I'm going with the person who said what they said until they tell me, okay, I fucked up. I'm not just going to assume shit outside of that. And so that's why, like, my criticism of Boosie is like, Boosie ain't an authority. Boosie, that it's not.
Also, to the point of there are people who regret transitioning. That is true. Here's the thing, though. And this is part of why a lot of them that regret transitioning, like, if you go on YouTube, there are some people that'll make videos, but they're very hesitant even to do that because of this reason. Because for the ones who don't change their minds, or the ones who this is what the road that they go down and they happier down this road, it invalidates because people take those instances and say, well, you're saying that now, but these 3 people over here said that and now they regret it. That's them 3 people over there. It doesn't invalidate anybody else coming forward who wants to do it to say, oh, you're going to be just like these other people.
Also, let me just make sure we lay the baseline and the foundation. Transitioning is different than declaring that you are trans.
It is.
The only thing that Zaya has done is declare that she is trans. And yes, there will be a whole new conversation to have if at 13 she say, I want to transition. That's a new conversation. And I will have that conversation because hell, I don't really think it's legal for a child to go under the knife, even with parental consent right now. I think children go under the knife for surgery and for things like that, but I don't even know if it's legal for a child to go under the knife for optional purposes, unless they are diagnosed with whatever gender dysphoria or whatever the DSM says.
So Jazz Jennings, I don't know if you remember her. She's 19 now. She's getting ready to go to Harvard, one of them Ivy League schools. But let me see when they came out. Because there was a whole fucking thing about it.
I'm just along with that.
As a child, damn it. At 6 years old, Jennings and her family began appearing on television to speak about the challenges of growing up transgender. Her story has been covered by national television shows 2020. And I'm trying to see when they let her start transitioning. I don't remember when she transitioned. But there was a conversation about what's too young. But she was 6. I don't know if you remember when it was huge.
Nope.
It was 2020. It was all over the place because the family was in support and he was only 6. I think she's fully transitioned now. She's 19. I don't know when that occurred.
Well, there's 2 conversations to be had. One of them is it okay for a person to declare that they're trans at 12 years old without transitioning? And at 12 years old, is it okay for somebody to transition? But right now, we're only dealing with the declaration of being a trans individual. And I think that can come with not many implications. It just depends on how you deal with it.
Oh, okay. No, she didn't do the surgery until 2018. So
when she turned 18, I imagine.
Probably so.
So I don't think that children can go under the knife legally anyway. And even if a parent could sign off, I don't think that a doctor first do no harm.
Yeah,
you can't do elective procedures where children are involved. I don't think they can do that. Child still developing. It has so many implications for their development. If they go under the knife, I don't think they can transition anyway. While people are having this conversation about transition.
Jazz was 18 when she had that surgery.
Yeah, I don't think kids can.
And she was the first. Like I said, I don't know if there's been. I just remember there being this huge blow up about it when it occurred because she was only 6 at the time, and people were saying her parents were crazy, all this stuff. Same conversation, actually, that we're having about D Wade's daughter at 12.
Let's finish this letter out.
All right.
I respect that they're Wade's trying to handle these issues within their home, but should we as America really try to have a conversation about sexuality and identity over social media? We can't even choose a president without any kind of turmoil and beef. 12 seems extremely young, but looking back in my own personal life, I already knew about sex. Maybe I'm just old and lucky I haven't had to deal with these new world problems. But God bless today's parents. It's going to be a challenge to raise a child in this world, let alone someone who feels like they're in the wrong body. Bonus question, who's the white RuPaul?
White RuPaul.
Listen, I can't tell you who the white RuPaul is, but I can tell you 2 things. I can tell you that when black folks do something, they do it well.
We do. Hence
why RuPaul is probably the known drag queen. And if you look up lists of popular or famous drag people, they are 15-20% black. So there is no shortage of white drag queens. Like, there's more white of everything than black if you go by numbers. I mean, there are more white crackheads, there are more white welfare recipients, there are more white people who get killed by white people and by black people, there are more white millionaires and billionaires and there are more white everything.
We just do it better.
When we get a hold of shit, we just do it better. That's why he's the most popular drag queen. And see, that bring up a whole new conversation because there's a whole group of men who are cross-dressers who are not drag queens, but are cross-dressers. And then you got drag queens, but they all still like being referred to as men. So it's like, it's so much room in this conversation for this shit. It's so complicated.
I need to find that documentary on Netflix. There's a documentary on Netflix about the ballroom scene. You don't know what ballroom is. The Netflix show Pose is about ballroom. It is where not some of
it's
them.
like the whole room got balls in it.
What's wrong with you? Well, technically yes.
I mean,
technically yes, because it's a room full of men. So
my brother's name is JD, and then in Bessemer there's a place you drive through called JD's Ballroom, and I said, bro, that would be the perfect strip club.
Oh my god,
like the perfect strip club name, JD's Ballroom. That's what that'll be.
Ballroom is where it's like where people like RuPaul go. They get dressed to the nines and they do walks and they have contests about who, you know, passes the best for a woman, and who, like, it's a whole fucking thing. And this was back in the 70s, 80s, I want to say. Let me see, ballroom documentary. No, that's not. That ain't it. I cannot remember. And I watched it. It was actually pretty good. But Pose essentially is the same thing. If you have seen Billy Porter wearing these amazing outfits, Billy Porter is on Pose. His name is. Is
that a reality show?
Pose?
Or a scripted show?
Scripted show.
Okay.
It's a scripted show on Netflix about ballroom.
Do it have gay sex in it?
Not gay sex. There's some gay relationships. Okay. I think the most that I've ever seen is kissing. They don't show like fucking, okay, which I wouldn't want to see heterosexual fucking watching a Netflix show either. So, but people be watching some of these Netflix shows looking for a nipple. Well, you'll see plenty of those because these are men. So.
I mean, you know, when I say nipples,
I know the
taboo nipples, not the acceptable nipples.
Yeah. Where was I going with ballroom? I don't remember where I was going with this. Jesus.
You drunk.
I'm not drunk.
That's what them drinks did to your ass.
I'm not drunk. I just
can't remember nothing.
I remember everything up until this point. I forgot this one thing. I can't. What else did I forget?
You ain't been able to process what you've been looking for on your phone several times.
I haven't been able to find it because I don't know what. You
are compromised.
I'm not compromised. And my mom just sent me a picture of her dog. He sleep with, and she loves sending me pictures of this damn dog. Ballroom has a bunch of. Oh, that's back to the black people do it better. Ballroom was like blacks and Latinos. There were some white folks in the ballroom scene, but listen. We just do it better. But if you have, like, if you want to see, like I said, this has been something that has existed forever because the ballroom scene was like 70s, 80s maybe.
If it's one thing that white people do better than any brown or yellow group.
Steal.
Gentrify whole nations.
Steal. Take shit that don't belong to them. And claim it as their own.
Steal.
It's stealing. It's not theirs. They take it.
It ain't stealing. It ain't stealing if you make the rules. Like, if you write on a piece of paper, this mine's, and then give it to somebody and they sign it, then technically it ain't stealing. It's manipulating the system. Like, they came over here with Native Americans and had a dinner and sent them home with chickenpox blankets. Technically, that wasn't stealing. It was just wiping out the people who lived there and then taking advantage of the situation. That's worse than stealing. That is worse than stealing. But they good at gentrifying countries, and sometimes that means acquiring it in nefarious means, but not technically stealing.
Okay, I still call it stealing. All right.
If somebody came to your house and you let them stay there, and they took over your house, and kind of move your furniture the way you
what
you didn't
bizarro ass world would this be?
I'm just saying. Before you kick them out, they didn't steal your place. Am I wrong or am I right?
I mean, I guess.
They didn't steal your shit. Now, imagine not being able to kick them out because they made you sick and you died. Now, did they steal your place?
Yes,
They stole your place?
they did.
At what point is it still? They didn't take it from you without your knowledge. You invited them in.
Yeah, but they took it from my family who would have rightfully had it.
We talking about an apartment. We ain't.
I'm just saying, you said if they came into my house, if I own this house and it's my house, if I die and they just stay in it, they stole it. Just the same way that all the land Indians have like little bitty teeny pieces of land here in America.
I feel like
now.
it was nefariously acquired but not stolen. And I guess that's just gonna be up for debate.
Okay. Was that the end of his letter?
Yes. Thank you, Shogun, for that letter. I really hope you don't feel roasted and invalidated because I don't know. You know,
we didn't.
What I think is that we lie on such far ends of the spectrum, and I don't always know exactly what Shogun belief system lie, but the point he present is so far to the other side that defending where we was originally at, it sounds like we don't agree with nothing that he brought up. But as I've told you before, and as I'll tell anybody, I'm always up for having a conversation with ideas I don't believe in. It's just how I'm just so passionate about how I communicate what I believe that it sounds like I'm not like processing any of the other part. But like when people communicate with you in a way that you don't technically agree with or understand or know or present new ideas, it either is going to reaffirm what you believe, sharpen the way that you believe what you believe, or force you to integrate new ideas in what you believe. You know, so I welcome that perspective constantly in my life.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you, Shogun, for your letters.
Appreciate y'all. So
if you have a question you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way. You got some viral posts?
I do have some viral posts.
Cool.
All right. A dog has tested positive for the coronavirus. White people about to find a cure ASAP now.
Oh, that's sad but true. People, they love animals so much more.
Well, to be technical, the reality is it usually takes about 1.5 years to actually have a cure for any particular thing. Oh my God,
white man.
So even if dog got sick, the amount of testing that needs to be done to ensure that the coronavirus is eradicated or at least manageable will take that much time. If we rush a cure out, then we risk making people even sicker or compromising systems in a way that won't respond well to the coronavirus and will have us sicker for longer, and possibly even manipulating our gene pool so that it travels down to our next generation.
Okay, white man.
Okay. I just want to correct you because you Negroes, you rush to judgment and get things wrong sometimes. Just want you to know the truth.
Thanks, appreciate it.
This hoe just told me kill myself. So guess what I did? Left a voicemail and shot the gun in the air and dropped the phone. Damn. Update. She called my sister crying, and yes, I'm still dead until tomorrow.
That's so fucking petty. Both of y'all immature as fuck.
That shit is so fucked up. Imagine the level of sadness that's gonna turn into the level of anger.
Yes.
When they find out he
you
alive.
did this for a whole goddamn day, and you had your family in on it.
Man, I hope he had a house, because if he had an apartment and he shot a gun.
Oh, the popos, he gonna be in
you
jail.
You can't shoot an occupied dwelling.
No,
that's a felony.
It is.
Your life gonna be fucked up after that.
Hope he got a house.
Yeah, I hope he got a house. That shit ain't gonna fly in an apartment. Probably killed the old woman upstairs and shot her ass through the floor. Straight into the vagina.
Oh, Jesus.
She was standing up in the kitchen.
I'm not gonna do this with
you. Bro, this virus in ATL. Response. Y'all been had viruses. Relax.
Yes. HIV. Yes. ATL. I'm sorry, but y'all have.
Oh, the first one is was posted by Alexis Sky.
I'm gonna talk about her later.
You said that's so good. I'm gonna talk about her later.
I am.
Why you gotta say it like that
I don't
though?
know. It's just how it came out.
That's the alcohol talk.
It's not.
Everything you do that I hear different is gonna be the alcohol.
It's not though.
Y'all love saying I needed to hear this and do absolutely nothing to change anything. Just be agreeing and continue to be dumb. Response: I needed to hear this.
Well, what else you gonna do?
Nothing, man. Sometimes you hear shit and it just make you feel better for 4 minutes.
Yep.
That's good
and
enough.
then you go on back to doing what the fuck you was doing before.
What do you trust more than the government? Comment: the ads on Pornhub telling me girls within 3 miles of my location want to hook up.
Ooh, that's bad. You believe that over the government? You really don't fuck with the government.
I mean, I believe that there are 3 girls within 3 miles that want to hook up. I don't know if it's particularly with me. And I know it's definitely not the girl that the ad on Pornhub is talking about. But I still think that gives that ad more credit than the government. Just the fact that if I go to my local Walmart, I might be able to holler at somebody.
You might.
You know, she gonna be ratchet, but she might be DTF. Down to Fandango. Let's go to the movies. They're filming something downtown set in the 50s because all the cars were replaced with old cars and shit, right? So my high ass walked on set and some white dude in a 3-piece suit told me I had to leave. And for a second there, I thought I had smoked myself back into segregation. Damn.
That had to be a terrible. Do you know how horrible it would be? We talk about time travel, but just imagine if we went to sleep tonight and woke up in the morning and it was motherfucking 1950. I'd be mad as fuck.
Bro, we gonna get our ass Ray and Claudette out here, goddamn. We going straight to jail. We going straight to jail for looking like we got it together for having jeans on.
Oh shit!
And you know, imagine the 50s. Like they didn't even have media about people traveling back from the future.
Yeah.
So they gonna look at. I don't know what they would even think if they look at us. They wouldn't be like, oh shit, somebody. Like if me and you saw versions of ourselves that looked like us,
shit, it's
our
the
first
future.
is oh shit, that's us from the future.
Yeah.
That would be our first thought. I don't even know what they would think if they saw somebody in clothes like we wear.
Witches? That was back further.
Yeah, that's too far back.
I don't know.
They'd be like, them niggers look weird. Where are they from? They must be from New York City. Y'all, you remember the Picante commercial?
Yes.
New
York
City. Pace Picante is made in Mexico. And then, where's that stuff you eating from? Well, it say New York City. New York City. It make us sound so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
listen, y'all. Hey, listen. Alabama. It's a dude on American Idol.
Yeah, he's the Steel City Pops. It's his son.
What?
I know. It's his son.
What?
The kid on The Voice?
No, not that person.
Oh.
That's the 14-year-old.
Yes. The 14-year-old is a Steel City Pops guy. The owner, his son. Y'all in here, y'all don't know what Steel City Pops is. Steel City Pops, they make all natural popsicles that I enjoy because I can't have ice cream.
Okay. I need y'all to, if you're in a place where you can stop this and watch this video, especially if you're from Alabama, go watch Doug Kiker on American Idol's audition.
That name sound racist.
He is a garbage man from Mobile, Alabama.
Wouldn't it? Redneck from the woods.
He is everything Alabama don't want to be. The only thing is he is a grown man that has this childlike charm, so it's a touching video, but the way he talk, the things he be saying, like at the beginning he came out there and he was looking around nervous and he was like, oh, y'all so pretty.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be one of these. His teeth missing. Like he's missing a bunch of teeth. It's a touching and heartwarming audition, and they let him go through. But man, he is like, when people think about Alabama, that's what they think. When you see Alabama motherfuckers on Family Guy, it be him.
I hate that that accent that I live in Alabama. When I run across motherfuckers with that, I hate that shit. Ew.
It's two of them. I hate that one and I hate the Jeff Sessions.
Ugh.
The ones that sound like the old slave masters from slave movies.
Yes. No. Oh God, it's so bad. I
hate those. You gonna play my banjo? Come on over here. Let's play this banjo.
I hate
that one. And then I hate that I can't even do the GIF session.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Well,
and I live
over
here.
here. Yeah, I can't do the GIF session.
I live here
I'll
and
have
I
to
hate
practice
that
before I
shit.
do that.
So don't think it's all of us, because there are people in Alabama that be like, God damn, why you sound like that?
We sound country as fuck now.
Not to that extent, though.
Not to that extent, but like, we country.
I get that, and I'm fine with that, but it's not to that.
Just
not,
like
not to that.
Michael said that sometimes he be playing our podcast.
He can't understand what we say.
He say he can understand what we say, but people who come in and don't know what the fuck we be talking about.
We don't enunciate everything. We don't speak proper. That's why.
If y'all saw Kobe's memorial, you saw Michael Jordan crying.
He said that he was gonna become another fucking meme, and y'all did it.
Look,
not you,
he knew
but
it was gonna
y'all made him into another fucking meme.
He didn't have to say it. It was gonna happen anyway.
He knew.
But he said, Jeffrey and Marcus gonna come up to me like, Pops, why you crying? I told them my son just died. They said, but Pops, we right here. I looked at these niggas dead in the face and said, you niggas ain't Kobe. Talking about his kids.
That's so rude.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully he never have to cry for his sons. Hopefully they have to cry for his ass. So
that's
maybe this will never, like, if one of his sons die and the other one get to gauge how he cried from then it'll be a problem. But hopefully Michael Jordan died before his kids.
That nigga, as soon as I saw that shit and he was crying, I was like, they gonna make another meme. Then he said it during his speech that he was gonna be another meme. He said it during his speech at the memorial.
I don't know why you surprised that he said it and became one. Like, he was gonna become one regardless. Michael Jordan with tears is fucking internet gold. And that's what you get from it. You get more fucking memes.
Oh my goodness. It happened so quick too. Internet's quick.
Okay. If you aren't happy single, you won't be happy taken. Happiness comes from drugs, not relationships.
That's not where I thought. I wasn't even on board before you got to the drug part. Even when I thought it was happiness comes from within.
This person is on drugs.
Got to be. Happiness comes from you. Your happiness comes from drugs, sir. That ain't any better.
Same-sex marriage isn't gay privilege, it's equal rights. Privilege would be something like gay people not paying taxes, like churches don't.
Touche.
Yeah, I know, right?
Touche.
And that's a different thing. But everybody should pay taxes, or nobody oppressed should pay taxes. Or maybe, I don't know, that's complicated. So, black gay people should pay less taxes than white gay people, but white people, and especially white men, should definitely pay most taxes. I don't know. It's complicated. It's gonna be a good day. Anxiety. It's like you don't even care about what happened in third grade anymore. You don't give a fuck.
It be that irrational sometimes too.
Yeah.
It does.
It be like, you know what? I ain't gonna let people on this bus worry me. And anxiety be like, remember that time you farted in front of everybody and duked it on yourself a little bit? Well, goddamn, bitch.
Now I remember it. You brought it up.
All right. A rich man can meet a broke woman and change her life, but a rich woman won't even look a broke man's way. 21 Savage says, facts. Women don't build, they move in.
You know.
Like your motherfucking ass did America without that goddamn documentation, motherfucker. Should have got your paperwork squared away. You wouldn't be in this shit. Your ass just moved the fuck in, huh? Take your ass back to Britain.
This is people make rules and get mad at the rules. Okay, this misogynistic ass society that we live in has always said men is supposed to be taking care of women and women are supposed to be in the house cooking and shit. Okay, that's what society has always told women. All right, so when you have women, first of all, not all women are going to let somebody just take care of them. But when you have women that do that, then people won't talk about them. But this is what society has said is supposed to happen. And a lot of y'all always talking about how you wish things were back like how it was when your grandparents was together and shit. That's that. Secondly, you know, women do build, but I'm not going to build and you move into the shit, nigga. It's not how that works. Sorry. Not the balance of things. Y'all make the rules. Deal with it.
Yeah, you know. 21 Savage probably wouldn't date a woman that had more than him.
No.
And it's a lot of men who wouldn't date a woman that was a breadwinner.
Because this woman building plenty of shit.
You can't be mad at that fact and then still participate in it yourself.
Yo.
You know, but that's how, I don't know, black men doing that in a lot of shit right now.
Make the rules and get mad about the rules.
I don't know if y'all seen Joe Biden's brother, but they look alike, and one of them look younger. I don't know which is which right now. But Joe Biden's brother looks like Joe Biden coming back from the future to warn himself that running for the president is a bad idea.
Oh, Jesus. Obama has so much more gray hair. Yeah.
They look alike.
They look exact. They're not twins?
Nah, man.
They look exactly like. That's creepy. I wouldn't want to look that much. Me and my brother, we look like siblings.
Hey, and they standing so close to each other, it makes sense they might have boundary issues. Maybe a family thing. They standing close enough to each other to kiss.
They are. That's weird.
That's why he be standing behind all them women, be like whispering in their ear.
I don't get that close to my brothers. It's fucking weird. And they don't need to get that close to me.
All right.
Back up.
2 more.
All right.
There's a picture of Michael Jordan on the bottom of this. He's not crying. It's just Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Do you know Quaden Bells?
No.
Quaden Bells is a little kid with like something called it's like dwarfism, a form of dwarfism. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But his mama posted a video of him crying, being bullied because he had been bullied at school, and he asked for a knife so he can kill himself. Mm-hmm. And mom was saying, this is what bullying does. This is the effects of bullying. And they GoFundMe campaign raised like $440,000 for them to go on a Disney trip.
God damn.
Yeah, but at a certain point during this thing, people started coming out saying that he's not really 9, he's 18. And they were showing pictures of him like with Gucci shoes, slides on, and money and stuff, like on social media. And he was just pictures of him. And so this meme says, let me sum up this Quaden Bell situation. 9-year-old Quaden gets bullied. Social media rallies to his rescue. Social media believes he's faking and that he's 18. Social media bullies Quaden. Social media finds out he's really 9. Social media picture Michael Jordan. Fuck them kids. That's literally how that shit developed. And I think that go to Shogun point, like, social media is not the place where we should be having no kind of conversation, to be honest. But these conversations are being had on social media.
Yeah.
And so it's like the best thing we can do is interject some reality and some objectivity and some, information, informing the people about what's going on. So I don't think we can control whether the conversation is had or not, but it's here, and we got to figure out how we're going to navigate it. Last one. Would you rather, and I want you to answer this, Colin, and I want you to answer this, Shogun, government name, and nerd plate. Would you rather publicly post your lifetime search history or publicly post your lifetime text messages? Which one for you, Red?
I would say my search history. And that reason is, I gotta sneeze. Reason being, I could blame any odd thing that I ever searched on me being a therapist. So, yeah. Had to look that up for a client. So, I would, search history. Let's go. 100%.
That's a tough one for me. Because it ain't really many ways I can explain off some of the searches I've made.
All of mine could be explained through client. I can blame it on the client. I don't know what the fuck you been looking at.
Not good. I wonder if only the search history that's available or like literally anything you type in the search bar. Because if they know it's on my incognito search bar, then woo, Jesus. We're going to have a situation. I would say text messages hand down because I don't really have no inappropriate, problematic conversations. But I have negotiated some less than moral and ethical, maybe even legal deals in my phone that implicate some people doing some things that they might not have done. Like, I don't ask questions. When my homeboy texts me and say, I got a phone, what's up? I just be like, how much, what kind, how soon do you need it? And we make that happen. I don't ask questions. I don't ask how you get it. I don't be like, are you sure that this is legally acquired? You don't ask them questions, okay? If you worried about shit being legally acquired, go get you a receipt from Best Buy.
Oh my
Don't
God.
ask those questions if you deal with people who would text you and give you a price on a phone that is irrationally low, or TV, or camera, or video game console. If it's an irrationally low price on it, don't ask questions or go buy that shit retail, okay? That's why I want to publish my text messages.
What's the weirdest thing you've Googled?
The weirdest thing I've Googled. Let's step outside of porn. Let's see. At one point, I was trying to figure out if those I can't remember the name of the group, but they was posting videos of people being shot and killed. I was trying to find out if that was real, because I didn't believe it was real. It'll like have two shadows, and it'll show like a woman will be strapped in a chair and screaming like no, and her head will be shaking like she's trying to get out, and it'll be a person's shadow in front of her, and it'll pull out a gun and then it'll shoot it, and it'll look like a person was killed.
Hopefully not.
It won't surprise me. I mean, some deep pocket of Europe, it could be some shit going on like that.
Maybe.
That's what the documentary Don't Fuck With Cats was about. Like, this dude was killing cats online, and it was a fucking market for people wanting to see that shit.
People are fucking weird.
But when you fuck with cats, the internet gonna come get you. What about you?
Probably Ghetto Gagger, or what is it called? Pegging. Probably those two things, and both of those were because it was requested of me and I didn't know what was being asked. I had a white man send me a message on one of the dating apps about ghetto gagging, and I didn't know what the fuck that was because I'm not as fluid in porn as Mr. On Point.
Listen, I don't even have to search stuff, man. I just be so deep in the internet that it be a lot of stuff going on. I'd be like, what is this?
Same thing with pegging. Like, I saw somebody's profile that had that he was looking for somebody that was interested in being involved in pegging, and that and I didn't know what the fuck that meant. So I looked it up, and micro penis. I've looked up micro penis before, like to see what it looks like. I don't remember why. I was having a conversation with somebody, and somehow micro penises came up, and I looked that up.
See, the history I'm looking at right now, it's a history. It ain't even what I searched. It's just stuff links that I've clicked on. Mm-hmm. And when you get into the porn world, it's like click to next to next to next. Because of Shogun and damn Cole Jackson, OnlyFans has started being a part of my search. Fuck.
My search would be boring. Like, I don't really. Let's see what pops up. I'm on Lipstick Alley all the time, which is a forum, so that always pops up. Havenbrook Homes, from when I was looking for a house. How do you get to?
This is literally every single thing that I've done on Facebook. This shit is different.
Oh, Black Bear song about love, Gucci Mane. I was trying to find a song about Black Bear by Black Bear. It was Do Re Mi. I couldn't think of the name of it. Baby Mad to Be Born. There's a viral picture going around of this baby that, like, they took a picture right when she, like, got pulled out, and she frowned up like a motherfucker. Like, bitch, put me back. Who told you to take me out of my nice warm place? It's bright in here. It's loud. The fuck is going on? Dogs in the Void, Darksiders Genesis, because I couldn't figure out how to get past that little part. My search history really is not that exciting. It's not that exciting at all. So
my answer is, final answer, I would rather my text messages be posted. I would rather my text messages be posted.
I wouldn't do text messages. I do my history. I don't blame any weird stuff on clients.
Nope. Certain stuff I can't blame on them.
I don't want to know.
But that's it. That's the last one.
Do I want to go ahead and do my little Alexis Scott rant? I'll wait. So, remember Dylan Roof?
I do.
He was the Charleston church shooter. Went in church and killed all them folks. So,
Like a bitch.
he's on death row. Do you know this simple motherfucker decided to go on a hunger strike because he said that they weren't treating him right on death row? You're on death row, bitch. You dying anyway. You think anybody care about hunger strike is when people give a fuck about you dying and okay, we gonna give into the demand so this nigga don't die. You're on death row. That's the point for you to die. And guess what? You'll save the state a whole lot of motherfucking money if you do it yourself. I'm not condoning suicide.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Nigga, you can't say we'll be alright if you kill yourself, but I'm not condoning
He's
suicide.
not killing himself because he doesn't want to live. He's slowly killing himself in an effort to get change enacted.
Hey, I am not questioning his motivations. I'm questioning you acting like you ain't condoning it.
I'm not condoning it. If he do it, he do it. I'm just saying if it does it, it saves the state money. And I'm a taxpayer.
You should say I don't condone suicide for people that have not done something heinous. If you've done something heinous, you can either go to pedophile island and get raped for the rest of your life, or you can kill yourself.
He claims that the federal prison staff in Indiana feel justified in their conduct since I am hated by the general public. He added that he is treated disproportionately harsh. Oh, little white boy. Oh, you get treated bad at a disproportionate rate to the other. Oh goodness, then you know what it feels like to be black. Dylan, whatever. You're in death row. If you want to starve to death slowly or wait until the day they stick the needle in your arm, it's up to you. Nobody gives a fuck though. Please don't think that anybody cares, because we don't. Fuck out of here. You walk into a church, people worshiping, and you shoot and kill 9 goddamn people, and you think I'm supposed to care that you ain't eating your prison food, bitch? Don't eat. I don't care, nigga. And I hope they are treating you disproportionately harsh with your bitch ass.
That's what entitlement look like.
How dare they not treat me nice?
I am a tax paying. I don't pay taxes.
I used to pay taxes.
I used to pay taxes. I used to be white.
And I'm white.
I used to be treated white. Now they're treating me like a common Negro. Is this how black people feel? My God. I've had it good my whole life. Why did I value guns so much? Why did I go kill people? I'm going to starve myself.
Do you, boo? Do what you feel like, Dylan.
Yeah. He probably tired of eating all that ass in jail, so he decided he ain't gonna eat nothing.
I'm not gonna do this with you.
What?
I think they still have him separated because people want to kill him. He ain't eat no ass. The guards are probably just fucking with him, and beating his ass and shit. Maybe he eating guard ass. He could be eating guard ass because he's like separated because they were trying to kill him in general pop. So maybe that's what the guards are doing to him. Guards be abusing the fuck out of prisoners. Like, people be thinking you gonna go to jail and get raped by another prisoner. It might be a guard. I'm just saying it happens. It was in Tutwiler here, it was a guard that was getting them fucking women pregnant, having babies with the prisoners and shit. Yeah. It
was consent.
It's a prisoner. There is no such thing. You can't do that.
No. But there's a such thing as individual consent, and then there's a systemic inability to get consent from this person. Those two things exist. One of them trump the other one, but that's just rape level 1, not rape level 2.
Well, I don't know that all of them was consensual. They may have raped some of the women and got them pregnant. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't.
Some of them probably did for favors though.
Yeah.
Fuck him. I don't know. It's still disproportionate.
They be smuggling drugs in too.
Yeah.
You know,
the guards be just as
it's
bad
like,
as
look,
the prisoners.
I'll smuggle these
sometimes.
drugs in for you, but I don't smuggle drugs in my ass for nothing. So you gonna have to put out, baby. Motherfuckers get took advantage of in this shit.
Oh Jesus! But fuck Dylan Roof. I don't care if he's going on a hunger strike, nigga. Bye.
Yeah. Have you been keeping up on the news with Harvey Weinstein?
I don't know if I can answer when you do it in that voice.
Why not?
Because it's weird.
Well, goddamn.
Well, I do know some things
All
about what's been going on.
All
with
right.
Harvey.
What you know?
I can't.
I can't talk like this when I get ready.
No.
All right.
Thank you.
Must be the alcohol.
Everything is going to be alcohol.
Must be the alcohol.
He was found guilty.
He was found guilty,
And
but
Bill,
not of the major shit. Like, he was found guilty.
Well,
of like,
Bill Cosby came to his aid.
Listen, the only thing I give a fuck about this story is now, can we stop saying that they treat the black people disproportionately to the white people? Come on. People keep saying, oh, Harvey Weinstein out here having parties, but Bill Cosby and R. Kelly in jail. Oh, that system is broken. What we gonna do about that? Free R. Kelly, free Bill Cosby. Because motherfucking Harvey Weinstein was now I guess we need to see if he go to jail.
Yeah.
You know, if he don't go to jail, then this shit coming back. As long as this nigga go to jail,
Yeah.
I want to know what y'all niggas gonna be saying now. You know, but you know what people been saying now? They been saying, when Gail and Oprah gonna say something about Harvey Weinstein? Like, they always gonna contort themselves. But the only thing, we one step closer to niggas not being able to use that excuse no more. Yes. If Harvey Weinstein just fucking go to jail, we'll be fine. That's all I want to say about that shit. Harvey Weinstein looked terrible. He pulling that Bill Cosby shit with his legs. Bill Cosby did it with his eyes. Harvey Weinstein doing it with his legs, walking around on a walker and shit. This motherfucker was tap dancing around, pulling his balls out on women and shit while he was goddamn out here. Now that he on the court, he motherfucking legs shaking and arm. Nigga, your arms ain't strong enough to be using no walker. Lying ass.
Pretty much.
What's wrong with your damn legs?
B. Smith died.
She did.
And this, it goes back to the rant I had about her motherfucking husband. She ended up dying. And her last bits here. And I know she had fucking Alzheimer's. So miss me with the she didn't even. You moved that white lady into that house and was playing house while your fucking wife was there ill. It's bullshit. God rest her soul. Now you can do whatever you want to, Greg. Fuck nigga. That was his name.
Well, what if they had a conversation about that before she got sick?
The kids would not have been as upset with him, I feel like, if they thought that.
What if they got a poly relationship?
Nigga, bye.
I'm just saying.
Nigga, bye.
You don't want to consider possibility?
It's not, because it ain't what it was. Because if that was the case, as soon as people start getting in his ass, he would have been like, we already have an understanding. We done had an open relationship for the last 20 years. You know how easy that would have been to just like to clear all of that shit up? The fact that he didn't say that lets me know that that's not the case. He was doing foul ass shit because he a foul ass nigga. Greg.
Damn. That's how you feel?
Yes. Fuck him. Rest in peace, B. Smith. I hope. Listen, listen to me. Future husband, if you are listening. I don't give a fuck if I get Alzheimer's. I'ma haunt the shit out of you. If haunting is a thing and I'm able to do it, and while I'm sick in the house, you bring some bitch in our house, you can't even wait for me to leave this earth, I'm going to haunt the fuck. And I'm not going to just.
You ain't.
Yes, I am. If I can.
You can't.
I said if it's possible.
You making implications about dying. You think motherfucker gonna die, become a ghost, and not have Alzheimer's now? She gonna be in the fucking wrong house hunting the wrong motherfuckers down the street.
But it may always make it seem like when you die, everything that you lost, you have back.
Hell
so I want to
no.
know who and what.
What movie done did that with a ghost?
All the physical ailments don't matter because you're a ghost. And they've never had a ghost that had Alzheimer's before.
Well, a ghost gotta have a memory. If she don't remember shit and the ghost die, how the ghost gonna get the memories that she should have had?
But when you die, if everything is good, you don't ever see ghosts walking around on no goddamn walking and shit. They just be walking. I don't think that all of those kind of physical things go away when you die. So if it's possible, I am going to haunt you. And I'm not talking about regular haunt you. I'm talking about when it's real inconvenient. You gonna lose everything behind this shit, my nigga. I'm gonna be haunting you while you at work when you supposed to be doing a presentation and make you look like a goddamn nutcase. I'm going to fuck your entire existence up. Do not move a bitch in my house while I'm still alive. You wait till I die.
So when a person die and become a ghost, if everything just be right now, what IQ is right? What IQ should it be? Like,
whatever average intelligence. We have an average intelligence.
So ghosts are not the people they was when they died. They just a blank slate. Everybody the same. They got the same frame of reference and knowledge.
They don't. They had the frame of reference that you got through life. But physically, I don't think that you don't see ghosts hobbling around and shit. You don't have those things that are wrong, that are physically wrong with you when you die. I ain't never seen no ghosts with no physical ailments. They just be ghosts.
Is there any ghost that's on TV that's like low IQ?
No. Not that I could. No.
So when a kid die, what did that imply about their ghost?
Why do you have to be so technical?
We got to come up with a baseline.
Let me have this.
I need to know what happened when people died.
I don't know. I don't have the answer. That's why I said if I can, because I don't know what happened.
So
if
what you think if B. Smith done died and she just gonna come up to her and say, "Hey nigga, oh yeah, I remember all these days this white bitch been coming in just because I had that bullshit ass Alzheimer's when I was alive." You gonna get all this smoke while I'm dead, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well,
B.
Smith is probably a better person than me, and maybe she just gonna go and whatever afterlife affords her and enjoy it and say, fuck that nigga. I'm petty, and I'm not gonna go on. I'm gonna fuck your shit up before I move on to the next life. Cause you gonna feel this, every piece of this. I'm going to fuck your entire existence up. So I hope she was worth it. I hope them, what was it, about a year and a half? I hope that year and a half that you had that bitch in my house was worth the whole rest of your life being fucked up, nigga. Cause it's about to be. Move that bitch in my house and I'm still alive. You couldn't even have the good grace to just wait. Year and a half later, here we are, later than died. You couldn't wait, had to have your little bitch in the house. And now I don't care that she was white. A woman in the house while his wife is still alive and they still married is bullshit, and she can't even say no to it. She doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. He a fuck nigga. Fuck you, Greg. And that's all I have about that.
Okay. Montgomery School District had an audit.
Okay.
And it was shown that more than $700,000 was misused with multiple administrators.
Not surprising.
Stole a bunch of money for personal gain.
Yeah.
You want to know where that money was spent at?
Where?
Strip clubs, casinos, liquor stores, and for non-existent vendors.
How's that for the Bible Belt?
And on scholarships for an administrator's children when they did not qualify for the funding.
Oh, they out here Lori lofting it up.
Yeah. Fucking Aunt Becky in it out here. That shit crazy.
It is crazy.
Motherfuckers be getting rich off their job. Would you be able to manage a job that handed you the money to a $700,000 bank account and was like, okay, we just expect you to do right?
Yes.
You sure?
I don't have the luck. As soon as I start taking money, my ass will get locked up. I don't believe in my luck enough to feel like I could get away with something like that. So I wouldn't do. That's what would keep me from doing. I ain't even gonna sit up here and act like it's integrity or that I'm just that honest of a person. I just know I would probably get fucked up in the game. I don't have the kind of luck where that would go well for me. So that would just keep me from doing the shit. Like I ain't even finna do that to myself type shit.
Okay. Let's go down the line of who did what. Assistant principal at Jefferson Davis High had got $40,000 directly from the school and then $300,000 from the central office.
Damn.
He now works as an attorney in Montgomery.
Irony.
Trying to get away with stealing money. Holla at your boy. Brewtech High teacher Marsha Ball. She was charged by the chief examiner to repay $177,000. In 2013, a scholarship fund was established at the school whose benefactor was her mother or mother-in-law. In order to receive the scholarship, students needed to demonstrate academic achievement, leadership, and write an individual essay.
What the fuck did her mom do?
The two recipients did not meet the qualification. They were both her children who attended Auburn University and Wallace Community College. There was no documentation on file of any individual applying to receive money from the scholarship fund. Like, at least create other documentation. Come on now. Carver High basketball coach James Jackson was charged with using funds totaling $76,975. Items were purchased from wine, liquor stores, restaurant, car rental establishment, local probate office, a pet store, car wash, an eyeglass store, and final withdrawal to close the bank accounts that was not submitted to the school.
He just living his best
He
life.
used $76,000 on that?
Just doing little day-to-day shit.
Bruh.
He was just living his best life.
Athletic director at Brewtech High. He misused $45,000. He purchased with school funds trips to a strip club, purchase at a local bar, payments for online gaming and video sites, OnlyFans, purchases at grocery stores, restaurants, and gas stations, payments to a credit card company, purchases at a pharmacy, and payments to family members and payments to a collection agency.
Damn.
JROTC instructor Michael Walker bought his debt to $44,000. Carver basketball state title rings, money paid back. Principal Gary Hall was charged with using $2,000 in school fund to help pay for basketball championship rings. Man, this shit's so fucked up. Money was just going around, goddamn.
What it sound like is like they did something small. Like, especially the ones who was doing regular everyday shit. They did something small and was like, nobody found out about that shit. It just kept over time doing shit, not realizing how much it was adding up to be.
You got 10 motherfuckers spending $150 a day. After a year or two, that shit gonna look crazy as hell.
It is.
She gonna look crazy after a while. But listen, I don't even know what to say. That story just stuck out to me. Montgomery, man, that's right down the street. And imagine how many people doing shit right there like that now.
Imagine how those kids are suffering in those school systems without having the tools that they need and shit because y'all out here buying strippers with money. The fuck?
These kids don't. I was finna say the kids don't make blood rush like a stripper, but sometimes they do for these motherfucking nasty bitches.
Can't deal with you.
By nasty bitches, I mean pedophiles, not strippers. I mean, I'm sure some strippers are nasty, but I wouldn't call them bitches.
Okay, let me stop this.
But I would call them nasty.
Because it's going off the tracks.
I'm just saying.
Alexis Sky. I don't know why.
Because you said Alexis.
Oh, girl, sorry. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Alexis Sky.
Yeah.
This bitch. So I only want to talk about this because I want to have a general conversation. But she been going back and forth with Sky Jackson, who is a little kid. No, that's Bad Baby. Alexis Sky been going back and forth. Who has she been going back and forth? Somebody. Anyway, she made a post that said, "Let's be real now. I haven't met one nigga ever who would turn Alexis Sky down." You're right. You're absolutely right. But that means nothing because niggas will fuck. Like, you cannot determine your worth based off of if a nigga will fuck you because most niggas will. Like, you being Alexis Sky doesn't mean anything. It's more about you being an open pair of legs. Like, please don't have that mentality. Please don't think just because everybody you've gone after you've been able to get that means that you some type of bad bitch. It just means you putting out. If that's the main reason, like, girl, bye. Like, that's not how that works. Please don't put your self-worth into things like that. Because here's the problem with that. When your self-worth is tied into shit like that, you gonna have to go fuck a lot. Every time you need to pick me up, you gotta get a new nigga wanting to fuck you. Because that is the way that you fill up your little your self-worth tank. Don't let that be your fuel. Please, Jesus. That don't need to be your fuel. Alexis, it ain't got nothing to do with you, honey. It is not because you're Alexis Sky. It's because you are a woman with a vagina. And a fairly well-known one. So they can say they fucked you. But, like, it ain't because you this bad bitch, ma'am. It's not. What we know about men is that most niggas, whether or not they will tell you about it or not, they will. Most niggas got somebody they done had sex with that they don't want nobody to know that they done had sex with because it was offered, and it was like, I'm here. Why not? That is not their worth. Don't need to be tied into that. It's not. It just don't. It's not a good idea at all. Don't be Alexis Sky.
So by don't be Alexis Sky, you mean don't say that a man will turn you down. No man will turn you down.
No.
You're Alexis Sky.
Don't say that. Or don't say no man will turn you down because you Becky Sue, whatever. Like, especially when you mean it because she does not mean it because she's this amazing person. Alexis Sky know what she offers to the world. And if that's it, every bitch got that. That's not special. You not special because you got a vagina. You not special. You're not even special because you got ass and titties. People buy them these days now. You don't even got to be born with that shit. Those physical shit, there's nothing special about that. Erykah Badu is the only person with the Badu. And she don't even say shit like that. Other people, this the thing. This how you know when you that bitch. Erykah Badu don't never say that shit. Know why? She don't have to. Other niggas say it for her. Other niggas have said it so much that she was like, well, shit, let me capitalize off of this. Let me make some incense of that smell like my vagina. That's how you know you that bitch. When you don't have to say things like that. She ain't never said that. She just out here living her life. Got niggas wearing dashikis and shit when they with her. And everybody around watching is just like, whoo, Erykah Badu. Goddamn. She ain't never had to say that shit. When you have to say it, Alexis, problem. Sorry, I'm not talking to you, Alexa. Damn.
That's okay.
She said that's okay. Oh no. But yeah, no, that don't need to be. Don't let that be what you fill up your self-worth tank with, because you gonna have to do a lot of shit to maintain it that you gonna look back on and regret. That's all. I just wanted to do that little PSA because as soon as I started, I was like, bitch, you ain't special. All of us got vaginas walking around here. Like, girl, bye.
But some vaginas are attached to bigger problems.
And she's one of those.
Are you sure?
Yes.
She got some money?
She does club appearances and stuff, I think. But she's also the person when she get mad, she air your shit out. So if you dated her and then she know anything about you, everybody gonna know about she that bitch.
If you meet positive, then you won't have to win.
No. Why'd you have to turn this into me positive?
If you meet positive, then you
This was a positive PSA for the ladies. Don't slip meat positivity into this shit.
Listen, you're
This,
talking about
I,
vagina.
this,
How come I can't talk about me?
because this was for the ladies. We talk about me every episode. I was just giving a positive PSA this episode for women. Do not let your self-worth be determined by the number of people you feel like won't turn down your vagina. Because what you're going to find is there ain't going to be a lot of people that's going to turn it down. But that ain't got shit to do with you. That's because you offering to fuck. And a lot of niggas will fuck.
And what I'm saying is if you have a woman that you would have sex with that would air you out when she went salty on you, then she would have less to air out if you value yourself. If you thought highly of your meat.
Fine.
If
Fine.
your goal was to make sure that the woman you deal with was being pleasured and pleased by any means necessary. Don't just go in to get yours. Your meat ain't the only thing that she wants. Okay? She also wants your mind and your attention.
You couldn't let me have this, could you?
No. I'm talking about positivity and sometimes like clockwork, make sure that meat positivity is a part of his dialogue. I haven't been doing it justice. We're supposed to be talking about meat exclusivity today. Okay?
That's all I have about Alexis.
Man, you are worth something.
You've already said that they heard you.
No,
they know.
I ain't been having this conversation well enough, man. Y'all need to start working on that shit that just makes you less, just make you a piece of meat. A lot of you niggas ain't nothing but a piece of meat. Did you know that? You ain't nothing but a goddamn steak on the goddamn shelf at Walmart. And you know what the peculiar thing about that meat on the shelf at Walmart? it's goddamn lined up with all the rest of the meat, motherfucker. Nigga, you need to be trying to be Wagyu beef out here. And if you don't know what the fuck Wagyu is, go look that motherfucking shit up and see how much Wagyu beef costs for you to have that shit. You ain't finna have no Wagyu no time soon. I guarantee you that. But I can assure you that I'm working on being the motherfucking Wagyu of niggas out here. While y'all ain't nothing but some grass-fed, whatever the fuck Walmart put in that pack on that goddamn shelf. All right? Gotta get aggressive with these niggas sometimes. Be more than meat, nigga.
What is your next story?
These niggas ain't shit. Y'all know McGruff, the crime dog.
Yeah.
This nigga done got 16 years in prison.
What?
John Morales, the actor who played the crime-fighting cartoon character McGruff, the crime dog, was sentenced to 16 years in prison, stemming from a 2011 arrest in which police seized 1,000 marijuana plants, 27 weapons, including a grenade launcher, and 9,000 rounds of ammunition from his home.
McGruff, all of the things that you taught children against. Literally, guns, drugs. Wow, McGruff. If y'all listening,
young people
y'all ain't gonna know
who
the fuck we're talking about. McGruff, the crime dog, used to be like the crime version of Smokey the Bear for forest fires.
Still too young.
Damn, I'm old. I don't know what an equivalency for the young people. I don't know. They stopped doing those like little PSA animal things though. They don't even do that anymore. So
we should make one. We should make one for mental health.
What would it be? What animal? Like not even a name. What animal?
What animal be fucked up out here? What animal like?
It needs to be like a neurotic animal.
A neurotic animal?
Yeah.
I think it need to be an animal that don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
Outside of sloths, not a sloth.
Sloth, oh God.
Something that don't give a fuck. Like a cat. Some kind of cat.
No.
Like what's a cat? Is a lemur a cat?
I don't think so.
A lemur is like a monkey.
Yeah, I think so.
A lynx.
More money. Why a cat? Cats are assholes. I don't want my mascot to be an asshole. They don't.
They don't give a fuck about you.
The mascot needs to be cuddly, something that people want to see.
Cuddly?
I mean, people like cats.
What the fuck is Grimace?
Grimace? Is he really? He's more.
Grimace is a butt plug.
But he isn't. Isn't the clown more of their mascot for McDonald's?
Yeah, Ronald is definitely the mascot. He got mascot and crew.
Yeah. I don't know what Grimace is. What is he?
I don't know.
You would think he's supposed to be some kind of food item since it's for
fucking dot. You know, they come in a yellow
the
box.
dot, the can.
That's what he fucking look like.
Yeah, he does. Maybe he's a upside down cup.
A upside down cup.
Cause isn't he small at the top and big at the bottom?
Yeah.
He's an upside down cup.
It says Grimace is a character featured in McDonald Land commercials. He is a large purple anthropomorphic being of indeterminate species with short arm and leg.
So he ain't shit, he a blob.
He is known for his slow-witted demeanor. His most common expression is the word duh before every sentence.
Oh my God. So he's nothing. He's a
probably from that period of time, probably black. Duh, can I have some of them hamburgers there, sir?
wow.
How about a little fries too?
Jesus.
We need an animal. Okay? We need an animal. What is it gonna be?
Y'all should vote. What would a good mental health animal be? If we were gonna have a mascot for the children to help them learn about mental, because again, if you're not from the 80s, McGruff the crime dog and Smokey the Bear were like these animal versions. Like Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires.
And that is not true. That is not true. They say only you, like I'm the only one. Nigga, I can't stop that nigga driving down the street from flicking his cigarette in the goddamn grass. I can't stop that shit. I can't stop that. Only that's a lie.
What was McGruff? Did McGruff have a saying?
I don't remember nothing about McGruff.
I think he
I just
did
remember
have
seeing
saying. I remember what he looks like, but I don't. I feel like he had
He
some
had on a
sayings.
trench coat.
He did.
Means
and a
he was
hat,
butt naked
little
up under
hat.
there.
He might have had on some clothes.
You know good and goddamn well that no dog that had on a trench coat had no clothes on up under that shit.
He might have had on. Look, he got pants on. He got on a whole fucking like outfit with a.
Whatever.
Oh my god! What is my sayings? Let me see. Oh, was just say know him? Take a bite out of crime.
Oh,
Take a bite out of crime.
that's horrible.
That was his thing, though.
That's horrible.
What? Take a bite out of crime?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it just already make you vicious. It make him vicious. It's like dogs just bite any goddamn thing. Crime too. Bite crime. Like that's so stereotypical of somebody to come up with
That was his thing. It was take a bite out of crime. Did he have any other ones? I remember take a bite out of crime. Oh, I don't see any other ones.
You know what? Maybe he was talking about a bite out of crime, like a pie, like a piece of the pie. And so all them 1,000 marijuana plants he had was him taking a bite out of crime, financial bite.
No. I don't think so. Yeah, that was his only take a bite out of crime. Take a bite out of crime, and only you could prevent forest fires were like the two 80s, 90s sayings that you would see all the time on commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got all. Oh no, that was yours about the McGruff, the crime dog. This is so fucking Florida, because everything fucked up happens in Florida. Florida hospital worker arrested for sucking 65-year-old patient's toes.
But that's disgusting. Sucking a 65-year-old toe.
Look at him.
Was it a man?
Yeah, that's the man.
No, I mean, did he suck the toes of a man or a woman?
It doesn't say. Let me see. Ugh. His name is France Beldorin? That is a fucking terrible name.
Hey, listen. I'm going to say something.
Jesus. When you have to put a disclaimer before it.
Angela Bassett is 61. And I don't really see her toes being unsuckable in 4 years. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
It keeps saying.
I wonder if he got all between the crevices and.
This is the shocked patient told police they felt their right foot being touched around 11 p.m. on Monday. They assumed a nurse was checking for swelling, but then they felt their foot being touched again, and then again a third time, feeling something between their toes. After the third time, the patient looked up only to find Beldorin on his knees with his head bent over their foot. The patient yanked their foot away, and Beldorin retreated back to his seat in the room where he was working as a sitter for the patient's roommate.
Damn. That shit sound bad.
I mean, you can't even be sick. You can't even be laid up sick. You got motherfuckers. What the? Really, sir? And he looked like he would.
They might have liked it.
Obviously not if they told the police and got all of this started.
Look at him. Look at
Y'all
him.
should look him up. His name is France Frantz Beldorin. Just look, because you need to see his face. He looked terrible. That would have scared me to death. If I looked down at my feet and see that face, I'd have had a heart attack on the spot.
Unsolicited toe sucking.
Disgusting. Give me the heebie-jeebies.
That's ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous.
That's it? Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Look, y'all. You know, we give Umar Johnson a whole bunch of shit on this show, right?
We do.
And here goes some goddamn more, because I ain't slowing down on this nigga. Apparently, people have found proof in court documents that show Dr. Umar Johnson was recently evicted. And so, apparently, followers of Dr. Umar have noticed that he's always outside in his car or on a playground. And he's also been asking for donations much more lately, which left some people very suspicious. So his followers done started looking around to figure shit out, and then found out this nigga done got evicted. And they print receipts out here. It says Umar is homeless. He got evicted last year and sued for 3 months of unpaid rent. He also owes back child support all the way back to 2002 and owes thousands of dollars in tax liens. He hasn't paid the taxes on the school building he purchased in Wilmington, Delaware. So, man, I'm not saying he's a scammer, but I'm saying that he is wearing a scammer's outfit right now. And he is living a scammer's life. So if you're going to defend Umar Johnson,
Wow.
I need y'all to help me understand why he ain't got nowhere to live and why he can't show proof of what he doing with this money that everybody is sending him.
When your followers start playing detective and don't trust you, problematic. Problematic. Beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the damn end. Once again, going back to Florida. Florida man dies after girlfriend leaves him in suitcase. Alleges they were playing hide and seek.
I seen that shit. That shit's so stupid.
She said that they were playing hide and seek. Whew. Sarah Boone, 42, of Winter Park, allegedly told police that the two were playing hide and seek. But police said a cell phone video raised suspicions. Police said Jorge Torres, 42, her boyfriend, could be heard yelling for help while inside the suitcase, prompting Boone to respond. That's what I feel like when you cheat on me.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, don't be out here cheating on people. What? How did she get him in the suitcase? How did he let her stuff him into the suitcase in the first place? And then I guess he eventually suffocated.
Yeah, it like started off as something that they both chose to do when they was drunk. Now, the fact that it's clear that she wanted him to be locked up in this motherfucker.
Because he cheated on her.
I guess because he cheated on her. But to tell the police we were playing hide and go seek. What the fuck kind of dumbass? Who plays hide and seek and help the other person hide? You don't know how hide and seek work.
Who played hide and seek at 42? When the last time you played hide and seek?
I never played hide and seek. I never liked hide and seek.
I played as a kid.
I do not remember playing hide and seek ever. Number one, we was isolated kids. We never hang around with kids. And then so hide and seek, the concept is just so stupid. It's too simple. Hide and seek.
Yeah, you hide.
A lot of kids done died from hide and seek.
Well, you can't hide in the right place. Don't hide somewhere where you die or get forgotten about.
A good idea.
Obviously. But a 42-year-old woman who is being charged with murder, who her only response is, no, you don't understand. We were playing hide and seek.
Man, she could have came out with some BDSM. She could have came out with some dominatrix shit. Look, it's so much shit she could have said. Even if it was true. Even if y'all drunk dumbass was playing hide and seek. After he's dead, now it's time to come up with a believable lie. Okay? You gotta. That's not believable.
That's a terrible way to die. Slowly suffocating. Oof.
Every way to die is terrible, ain't it?
There are quick ways, but sitting in a suitcase screaming for help while somebody said, that's what I felt like when you cheated on me, and then slowly not being able to breathe, much worse than a quick shot to the head. Like, you don't know. You're dead. But like slowly in a suitcase, you got time to think and realize that you're dying.
It's
slowly. Terrible. Yeah, it's worse.
It's terrible.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is.
Don't play hide and go seek, grown ups.
Don't play hide and go seek. And if somebody asks you to play and you know you've been doing wrong, niggas don't do it because she might be trying to kill you. Like if she said it's a new sex game, but you know that you just cheated on her and she was just upset with you, and if it seems like it's too soon for her to be okay with this, just, you know, be careful.
Create a new game. Don't play hide and go seek. It's for children. Play hide and go fuck. It's for adults. One person leaves, goes wherever they want to go in the house, get butt naked. When the other person come find out what it is, you have hot, wet, sweaty sex right there.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, if you prefer, I guess cold.
The heat, the temperature was not the issue. You could just not play hide and go seek. You don't have to create an adult version of it. It's just go fuck. Hide and go fuck.
Yeah.
What if you hide in an uncomfortable place and they find you and like...
Well, one, if you're doing it in the apartment complex and you don't find that person in a whole 45 seconds, then your IQ is problematic. You shouldn't be in a relationship. You should be in a transitional home. Okay? That's number one. Number two, how do you... It's just a creative way to have sex in other parts of the house.
I mean, I guess.
Have you ever had sex in a bathtub?
Yes, but it wasn't...
Without it running?
Why?
Just the bathtub.
Why?
It's just another place to have
Your
sex.
bathtubs are hard as fuck.
Listen, if the apocalypse happened and y'all trying to hide from zombies, but you've been hiding for the last 3 hours and it's clear they're not going to be able to get in the bathroom and you got the tub right there, you might want to know how to work that system. Learning how to work that system while your life is at stake ain't going to be a good move.
I can't. I don't know.
What?
I have nothing.
Look,
I have nothing.
It's just saying it opens up new opportunities. Don't play hide and go seek. Play hide and go fuck.
Wise
when the other
words.
person finds you, be butt naked and ready for whatever. That's how that works.
Okay. But again, even that's not a good idea if you know that you didn't cheat it, because she might come pour hot wax on your ass. Boiling hot water, some shit, because she know you naked.
Women, if your man do something to you, just do it to him right now. Y'all don't pull that American death penalty shit. Don't convict a motherfucker and say you gonna get the death penalty, bitch, and then be on death penalty for 30 years. You know, I think America, if you gonna put a motherfucker on death penalty, as soon as you say you get the death penalty, you might just shoot him in the back of the head behind the courthouse. That's what you should do. And if you mad at a motherfucker for cheating on you just get the fucking hot wax out of the goddamn way. Just pour that shit on that motherfucker day one, and find out if your relationship gonna last through that. Because if it lasts through that, he's a keeper. If it don't last through that, I hope you enjoy jail, just like this woman.
I'm just saying, if you gonna go play hide and go do anything, just make sure that the person that you with, you haven't done anything to, because it might not go in your favor. You might get a nasty surprise.
Victim shaming.
Who's victim shaming?
You.
I'm not victim shaming. How's that victim shaming?
That man done died and you said, well, he shouldn't have did the shit he did.
What I'm saying is, if he knew he cheated on her and she was upset, he should not have been so willing to do no shit like climbing to no goddamn...
That's how I feel when you cheat on me?
Yeah.
That means it done happened multiple times, which means that she been dealing with this shit too long. She need to get the fuck out of there.
She does. But all I'm saying, it wasn't smart for him, knowing that this had occurred, that she could overreact. Because who knows what she done did in the past. Like,
Yes.
this time she killed him, but she might have beat every time he cheat, do something crazy.
I just don't know how she expected to get out of this shit.
By saying that they was playing hide and
Her
seek.
IQ is not sufficient then. If that's what she thought was going to get her, she literally said, I'm going to kill this man and I'm going to tell the police we were playing hide and seek. And you helped zip him up in the suitcase. What the fuck kind of hide and seek y'all was playing, man? That don't make sense.
Can you not get out of a suitcase? Well, she could have put a lock on
Nah,
it.
this shit ain't like a trunk. You can't get open a zipper.
But I feel like, hang ain't got no zip on nothing I got on. I feel like you could move the thing with your
Not
finger.
from the inside.
I feel like you could.
No, suitcases have that little at the very bottom corner. They have that little point where it like sit down in the end so that it don't unzip on its own. Like I don't think they make it hard for them things to unzip generally. Like for a lot of people, if the zipper part wasn't on there, it'd be really hard to unzip them. You'll be able to get it like that, but it'll be still hard.
Yeah, she didn't think that one through.
Or she did, and she's just stupid. Some people think things through deeply, and they just dumb.
Yeah, true.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
All right.
You got anything else on your mind?
I do not.
Well, until we come to the next conversation,
We out.
holla.